for dehydrating foods at home, what you can do is build a simple dehydrator like this one I've got here. See, just a simple wooden frame, a box, and the top box has a screen on one side, just on the top side. And the bottom has a screen here, and also underneath, so that whatever food you put on this screen right here, bugs can't get to it from the bottom or the top. When you put it together, it looks like that. Most any food can be dehydrated, but here today I'm going to use these little tomatoes. I'm just going to slice them up nice and thin, and I'm going to put them in my dehydrator, and I'll demonstrate how to sun-dry tomatoes in just a simple dehydrator like this is right here. You just slice them thin. These are going to be good. And then once you got your slices, you lay them out on the screen like this. And you spread them out, make sure there's plenty of space in between each one. Right, these are going to be good. And also, you can dehydrate meat just with the sun, just like that. As long as you keep the insects off of it and let it dry out completely, it'll be just fine to take a raw piece of meat like this and just let it dry out in the sun. A lot better than smoking it because it doesn't have the heavy smoke flavor. And I usually just dehydrate it with no salt, no pepper, nothing like that on it, because it enables me to use it in any normal cooking dish for meals that I'd like to have. And if you spice it up with certain kinds of spices, you can't use it with every meal, so it kind of makes it difficult to use that way. But I just slice it up into thin strips. I try to cut across the grain so that when the meat dries out, it just falls apart and it's not hard to chew. It separates really easy. It makes it a lot better to use. And you just slice it up into thin strips. And then you take these and lay those out on the screen. Okay, now that I got my tomatoes and my meat all laid out on my screen, I can put the lid on. Now I've got these wire ties right here on the ends to hold it down fast. And at night, if I don't take this inside with me, I'll cover it up with a tarp to keep moisture from settling down inside there, and that helps keep it dry at night. And you can just leave it right outside, but you have to cover it up, or you can just take it inside. And it takes about 3 or 4 days for the sun to dry those out enough to pack up and carry with you. See, the good thing about the screen is, I don't know if you can see that fly trying to land in there. He smells the food, but he can't get to it. He can't get to it from the top. You can't get to it from the bottom. So that's why the double screen, and it keeps the insects off of everything. You can even pack something like this with you in your backpack. Take a couple pieces of screen with you. It doesn't weigh much. If you make a small one, you could almost carry something like this with you to use out in the wilderness. And for emergency purposes, what you can do is take a branch like this in your shirt, and you spread your shirt out nice and flat. Just open it up, and you take the branch and you fold it like that, and you slide it up inside of the shirt. See? And then let it go. And it makes a nice frame. And what you can do is open the shirt up like that and put your food inside, and it makes a barrier to keep the insects from getting at it. This is a slightly faster method of getting the same job done. You need a good sized can that has a lid and some kind of a suitable flower pot or something to put hot coals in, and you need a smaller bucket to cover that up with, and you put your food on that plate right there. And I'm about to show you how to set this up and use it. First thing I got to do is build a fire. Once I get some coals, I'll be ready. And the food that I intend to dehydrate, I'm going to put in this tray right here. Make sure there's plenty of space so that it's not touching anywhere. Okay, that's ready. Okay, my coals are ready. So what I do is I take the flower pot, scrape as much of the hot coals in there as I can, and that goes inside the bucket. See? You take this bucket, put that on top, and then you set the mushrooms in there. See? And the lid goes on the can, and you let that set until the coals have gone absolutely cold, and you may have to repeat the process more than once, but this will speed up the dehydration process dramatically, and you can dry a mushroom like that out in about 5 or 6 hours. If you don't have a bucket, what you can do is make a simple A-frame, and you build a fire on top of a rock, and you get the rock really hot, and when the coals go out, you sweep it clean, and you build a small A-frame over top of it, and you cover it with as much green brush as you can. And then what I do is I make a little basket to put my food on, like these poke salad greens right here that I want to dry out, and I'll set them on top of the rock like that, and finish closing this in with more brush, and I'll let the heat from the rock dehydrate the food. See, you just seal it up all the way around. A little teepee there with a hot rock in it, and that'll dry your food out really quick.